Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kanan's video. I am Royal Mixed Gaming. And today's video is just going to be an update on the 3v5 KVK. As you see by the thumbnail, there are allies Mimi in this KVK of the 11396 KVK. They had a fort right about in this area where the gray territory is. In this area, I think it was somewhere in this area over here where these cities have been zeroed. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys probably a short video on them getting zeroed, and kind of just our thoughts about my thoughts about this KVK, kind of how it went, because it's basically over for us. I don't think that Mimi's gonna try anything again. I'm kind of disappointed in them, to be honest. They really didn't show up in nearly the power that they have kind of way. They didn't really try that hard, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, with that kind of power, even though you got your fort deleted, whether or not it was hacking or not, they kind of just gave up after that. So I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't think that they're gonna try again. So I'm just kind of disappointed in them, to be honest, because we fought pretty hard in this KVK. We didn't really want to win this KVK necessarily, I don't think, in my opinion. Sorry if any of the other 2060 players did. But I didn't really think we were going to win this KVK from the start. I think it's more trying to figure out who's going to actually contribute to the KVK and make this kingdom better. But I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you guys the video that I took of these players getting rallied, and then we'll come back to this. So guys, we're back. So like I was saying, that showed you guys the video of them getting zeroed and being rallied. It's because this fort that was right here got deleted. Not sure, they got hacked maybe or something like that. Then that basically deleted all their territory all the way back this way and all the way in their starting zone and all this territory over here. They eventually rebuilt it right here. This Mimi fort got rebuilt and then reconnected some of this territory. But a lot of it got cut, and I accidentally zoomed in, and then it got cut on all this territory, and everything's just burning. And as you can see, I don't see a lot of activity over here for them even trying to reconnect anything too much, so I think they basically just gave up. And for all I know, they went back to the home kingdom because they got their territory cut. And this was all done in about a day. So, us in 2060 here, we fought at Pass 4. Against this alliance, against two kingdoms technically, lost that fight. We moved into Batafo and fought against them again with the Greenwood camp that I wouldn't even qualify as a two-kingdom camp. They were less than even us as one kingdom, so it's technically been 2v1'd as a kind of camp-wise, you know, because this Midnight Camp or whatever they're called are two kingdoms. But this DC Alliance is, to be honest, I feel like they're botting or something like that because they use a lot of tiny farms to fill their rallies and garrisons throughout the entire KVK, even when it was basically like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. for them. It seemed like they were always filling it with farms and even putting like 1 troops for the rally lead and doing some weird stuff. They did beat us, but in the end I feel like a lot of it's kind of using a lot of farms, which you can do that, but I feel like they were overdoing it in a fairness kind of way, because that's kind of all they used for filling rallies. And there's a lot of players in that DC Alliance that didn't even drop power because they were using so many farms to just fill their rallies and garrisons to beat us. I think it's going to definitely show us that our kingdom needs to be cleaned up a little bit to fight more, but by power, I think ours was like 20 billion power, and then this kingdom and camp was like 35 billion. So just going off on that a little bit, and then we kind of got forced back into our Pass 4, and then we pushed out. We had pushed out fairly far, probably won back about half this territory, back over this way to the Sanctuary, and then the Mimi Fort got deleted. It got cut, and then we basically said we're done. We're not going to push anymore. It's not worth it to us because even though we were getting pushed back, we had expected Mimi to come help us and the push with Mimi, but it seems like they didn't do that. So overall, I think we did fairly well. I'm just going to go over my stats really quick, and then we'll quickly talk about some other things really fast. But for kills or deads, I got 950,000. I then went ahead and got around 18 million kills as KVK, which I think was pretty good for this account, since it's only about 60 million power. The only troops I have left is Cav, so I can fill 3 or 4 marches of Cavs. I could lose more, but I really want to try and power this account up a little bit. So I felt around the end here I was kind of slowing down on how many troops I wanted to lose. I was willing to lose the rest of my archers and infantry, but not the Cavs. I really wanted to try and save them because I'm trying to gain some more T5 Cavs. So that next KVK I can do like 4 marches of full T5 Cavs and have a march of T5 infantry for next KVK. So I kind of backed down a little bit at the end here, and I think that was an okay decision, as I felt that as we neared the end here that Mimi was slowing down a lot, and then once the fort was deleted, I'm kind of happy with that decision. I don't feel like another couple 100,000 troops is going to change anything, so that's kind of what my kills and deads were for this KVK. It's basically over for us, but I think that it went pretty well for us overall. I think that we just faced an opponent that was at a different level than us. I do believe that in 216 though we would have probably beat them, simply because we would have fought back over time. We just don't have the, I would say, high whale and high spender stuff in this kingdom right now yet, that are willing to swarm rallies and garrisons. I know that in 216 I would have swarmed down every Gilga and XY rally that these guys threw at us, because I wouldn't have let that kind of stuff happen. But we don't have players here that I would say are willing, at least right now, to swarm down rallies all the time. Because if you don't swarm down Gilga and X-Fly rallies, it's just going to hurt. But I feel like that we can improve upon that stuff in the future and maybe learn a little bit about that kind of stuff and maybe try and do that a little bit more. And also, as I grow this account, maybe I can try and do it myself over time once I get a bigger account. But that's basically all this KVK is. I truly think that we did a good job overall, so it's pretty good KVK. It's just that it was a 3v5 and we wanted to see what our dead weight was, so that's basically why we did it. So we know what to clean up and how to make our kingdom stronger. I really don't care about any of the comments or concerns about any of the other kingdoms in this KVK that we fought against. I don't care if you get your 30 million kills. I want a good fight, so feel free to trade whatever you want. That's just kind of my opinion. Because if we're willing to take a hard fight, maybe you should do something like that in the future. And that's just how I kind of feel about it. But I really think that we could have done better if Mimi had done better at all. I understand they were fighting a lot of kingdoms, but they just basically gave up after a day, after we'd been fighting for weeks. So that's basically what this video is about. It's just kind of showing you what's happened in this 3v5 KVK. Yes, we did lose. Do I care that we lost? Not really. I expected us to lose, but I know that this is a good learning experience for this kingdom because they have a lot of potential, because a lot of these people are willing to lose a lot of troops and fight a lot and things like that. We just need to get more players that are willing to do the same kind of thing and to kind of reduce our power or grow it depending on how we want to do it, and over time we'll get better because this is very similar to the KVK5 that our 216 kingdom did. And then once we did that, we've been on like a 5 KVK win streak. So it's going to take some time to reorganize things, but this kingdom has a lot of potential in 2060. I'm glad to be here, and I hope we have some more good KVKs in the future. And we'll go ahead and switch over to probably not going to do that. But in the future, I guess some things that you guys can know from me is that on my main account, I'm going to go ahead and craft probably in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to go ahead and refine some equipment. And you're also going to see in 2303 we have our Heroic Anthem KVK that we're queued up for. And fighting, we'll go ahead and probably show you our past 7 fight. Hopefully to live stream it. In about 3 weeks I'll be moving into my apartment and get situated. So hopefully if that all works out, go ahead and start live streaming on a more natural basis or more normal basis on a weekly basis. So thank you guys for watching this video. It's basically just a video about Mimi and about the 3v5 KVK, updating you on it, kind of my thoughts and feelings about everything and kind of how it went. Like I was saying, good job, 2060, we did our best. Unfortunately, couldn't win, but I didn't feel like we were gonna win. So thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a comment down below with anything that you kind of question or concerns. Don't leave any negative comments. I'll just delete them. I don't really feel like dealing with something like that. So drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next one.